Exams are stressful for every student. The pressure to perform, the long hours of studying, and the fear of failing can make anyone anxious. But here's the thing. Most students fail not because they aren't smart, but because of the common mistakes they make during preparation. Today, we're going to uncover the 5 biggest exam preparation mistakes and show you exactly how to avoid them, so you can walk into any exam feeling confident, prepared, and in control. The first mistake is cramming at the last minute. Many students wait until the night before the exam to try to memorize everything. You might have seen it yourself. A student with an entire textbook open, scribbling notes frantically, fueled by coffee, thinking that all this effort will magically make the knowledge stick. The problem is that cramming only overloads your short-term memory. You might remember some facts for the test, but most of it will fade quickly. Real learning comes from spaced repetition, reviewing material over several days or weeks. Even short, consistent study sessions are far more effective than one long, stressful cram session. If you've been relying on cramming, it's time to change your approach. Start planning your study schedule in advance and review material multiple times before the exam. The second mistake is passive studying. Many students believe that simply reading notes, highlighting passages, or copying textbooks counts as studying. But passive studying is deceptive. It feels productive, but it doesn't train your brain to recall information when it counts. The real power comes from active recall. This means testing yourself, summarizing what you just learned, or teaching the material to someone else. For example, after reading a page in your textbook, close it and try to explain it out loud. If you struggle, review again. This method forces your brain to actively retrieve information, which strengthens memory far more than just rereading. If your goal is to remember what you studied during exams, active recall is non-negotiable. The third mistake is ignoring past papers and exam formats. Knowing the content is one thing, but understanding how exams are structured is just as important. Many students focus only on memorizing facts without ever practicing the types of questions that will appear on the test. Past papers are a goldmine. They show patterns, highlight commonly tested topics, and help you manage time during the real exam. Practicing under timed conditions trains your brain to think like the examiner and prepares you for the actual pressure of the test. If you skip this step, you may know the material but struggle to apply it when it matters most. The fourth mistake is poor time management. It's easy to waste weeks before exams on unimportant tasks, rewriting notes repeatedly, organizing stationery, or perfecting things that don't improve learning. Then, when the exam is near, panic sets in. Many students also focus only on their favorite subjects and ignore weaker areas, which leaves big gaps in knowledge. To avoid this, create a clear revision timetable that balances all subjects and allocates more time to topics you find difficult. Stick to it, track your progress, and make sure you leave buffer time for review and practice. Time management is not just about scheduling, it's about prioritizing what truly matters. The fifth and often overlooked mistake is neglecting your health. Your body and mind are deeply connected. If you're exhausted, dehydrated, or stressed, you cannot focus effectively, no matter how many hours you spend with your books. Skipping sleep, relying on energy drinks, or ignoring meals is a fast track to burnout. A healthy routine includes enough sleep, balanced meals, hydration, and short breaks. Even a 10-minute walk or stretching session can refresh your mind and improve concentration. Remember, preparation isn't only about studying, it's about optimizing your mind and body to retain information and perform under pressure. Now let's go deeper into examples of these mistakes in action. Imagine a student trying to cram an entire math textbook the night before an exam. They stay awake until 3 a.m., fueled by coffee and stress. The next day, they walk into the exam tired, anxious, and unable to remember formulas clearly. Contrast that with a student who reviewed math in 30-minute sessions over 2 weeks, practiced with past papers, and slept well. They walk in confident, calm, and able to recall solutions quickly. The difference isn't intelligence, it's preparation strategy. Similarly, passive studying often gives a false sense of progress. You may highlight 50 pages in your biology book, thinking you're ready for the test. But when you try to answer a question without notes, you realize you can't remember half of it. Active recall fixes this. Quiz yourself, summarize aloud, or write answers from memory. Over time, this trains your brain to retain information for longer and recall it under pressure. Ignoring past papers is another hidden trap. You might know every definition in history, but if the exam questions are application-based or ask for comparisons, memorization alone won't help. Practicing past papers trains your brain to recognize question patterns, manage time, and focus on what really matters. Combine this with active recall, and you're preparing efficiently. Poor time management also plays a huge role. Many students underestimate how long it takes to revise properly. They spend too long on small, easy topics and rush through harder ones. To combat this, break your study into manageable chunks, use timed sessions, and track progress daily. Visual planners, calendars, or apps can help you stay on track and reduce last-minute panic. Finally, health mistakes are often underestimated. Mental focus depends on physical wellness. Sleep restores memory, hydration improves concentration, and nutrition fuels your brain. Skipping these essentials is like trying to drive a car without fuel. No matter how skilled you are, you won't get far. Treat your body as part of your study plan. To summarize, the 5 biggest mistakes are cramming, passive studying, ignoring past papers, poor time management, and neglecting your health. Avoiding these will put you ahead of most students. Success comes not from sheer effort, but from smart, disciplined, and well-planned preparation. Exams are challenging, but when you prepare the right way, you enter with confidence and clarity. Stop sabotaging yourself and start applying these strategies today. Avoid these 5 mistakes, and you'll see a huge difference in your performance, retention, and stress levels. Remember, studying smarter beats studying harder every single time. Take action, plan ahead, and take care of your mind and body. Your exams will thank you.